Yeah, Chirag bhai, can we start the program?
Okay, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, perfect. Please.
Good evening. First, we would like to thank BMA team for President Deepak sir
Yeah, Chirag bhai.
and
Chirag bhai, can you hear me?
hello.
Yeah, please.
Also, thanks to all attendees for spending time for listening to us. Today, actually, we can say we are lucky to have our speaker, Mr. Sagar Amlani, who is a global speaker. He's a productivity mindset explorer and author of certain books. Though he has 16 plus years of professional experience on productivity mindset, what sets him apart in his initial life struggles? These struggles made him learn value of time, money, and education early in life. Also, there were some challenges that became foundation of Sagar's initial personality. So we'll ask Sagar to take this forward. Uh, Sagar sir,
Yes, sir, I'm here. So, good evening, everyone, and thank you, Chirag ji and Bakshi sir, for inviting me. And I'm honored to share this stage with Baroda Management Association and share leveraging LinkedIn with you all. Uh, as rightly said, I've written a book which is very recent, and the book is At the Crossroads of Life. And the book is endorsed by Marshall Goldsmith. So today's session is about leveraging LinkedIn. How many of you have a LinkedIn ID? And if you have it, why don't you share your LinkedIn profile, the URL in the chat box till I set up the stage for you to have an exciting journey to have LinkedIn productivity and leverage LinkedIn for business professionals and young professionals. That's brilliant. We've got few from Jaideep Chauhan, from Vinod. Thank you very much for sharing your LinkedIn URL. And this is a networking session for sure, because it's not about what you know. It's not about who you know. It's about who knows you. It's about who knows you. And that is today's world. And if you want to become successful, you need to be visible and you need to leverage LinkedIn to improve your branding and business. So let's begin the journey and take things forward. So, why LinkedIn? First of all, let's understand that LinkedIn has got 98% organic reach. LinkedIn has got 770 million active users, and LinkedIn is considered to be number one when it comes to marketing, branding, and establishing your brand, your company, and your profile. Reason? 76% senior leaders of the world are available on the platform, and everyone who is available on a LinkedIn platform has got buying power because they are professionals. They're all earning professionals, which means rather than other platforms which are more of political, which are more of a skin show, which are more of a dance. LinkedIn is the only platform where professionals connect, grow, and network together. My journey on LinkedIn has been amazing. Everything that you see here on this slide, right from LinkedIn Local Hyderabad, because I was in Hyderabad earlier, now I'm in Vadodara, to joining Professional Speakers Association of India and becoming a board member for last 2 terms. Commended profile of LinkedIn 2019, which means getting selected as one of the profiles to win an award out of the 100 profiles selected worldwide. Even my company, Zapro Consultants, is because of LinkedIn. And this book right here is also connected through LinkedIn. So this is what LinkedIn can give you, right from networking to your professional journey to becoming an influencer on LinkedIn and even becoming an author. And anything that you wish can be granted on LinkedIn. All you need to do is use it wisely. So let's understand and give ourselves a score. Now, this is a very simple chart which talks about profile, LinkedIn profile, your engagement on LinkedIn, consistency that you have on LinkedIn, and right connections that you have built on LinkedIn. It's basically a self check. So let's play fastest finger first and rate yourself. Where do you find yourself in any of these quadrants? Are you at number 1, 2, 3, 4 in relevance to your profile, your engagement, the consistency of your content, and building the right connections? Let us see the chat rolling and let's see where we all are. Okay, we have Hemant saying at number 2, Shweta number 2. Brilliant. The answers are flowing now. Oh, we have so many amazing profiles coming up here and we can connect with all of them. Harsh number 2. Brilliant. Quick, 2 more answers in different numbers and we will take it forward. Okay, one more number 2. Okay, so assuming that the other people will share their answers in the chat, don't worry if you're in number 1, 2, 3, and 4. I can guarantee you at the end of the session, you will know everything to reach to number 1 and you will dig out LinkedIn as a gold mine and you will understand why I said LinkedIn is a gold mine. So let's take on the step. What is ECG? The person who answers me very close to what I have in mind will win 10 minutes of coaching with me on LinkedIn. So let's say fastest finger first. What do you understand by ECG in terms of LinkedIn? Let's be active, guys. Let's be active. Engage, connect, and grow. Brilliant, DMK. You are very, very close to what it means. And please take my number from Mr. Bakshi and we'll connect for a free session. That's brilliant answer. What about others? Great. Okay, I think others are still thinking, but I'll give it to DKM. That's exactly what it is. ECG means your social selling index. Now, to find your social selling index or to understand why you need to have a good social selling index, remember the higher social selling index that you have on LinkedIn will ensure that your profile is more and more visible and people connect with you more. Because the more social selling index that you have, the higher are your chances to appear in different people's feed. How do you find your social selling index? It's very simple. Just go on Google, type SSI space LinkedIn. You will see the black color box and click on get your score for free. Very simple. SSI space LinkedIn. You will get a link. Click on the link. You will see a black box there. Click on get your score for free. Ta-da, you will have your score. You will understand all the four components that you have, and you will also know where do you stand in your industry, where do you stand in your network. And these four components are basically based on profile, the way you connect with people, the way you engage with people, and the way you build relationships. That is what I'm going to tell you in the next few slides. So, as it's been said, ECG is engagement, consistency, and groups. And if you have your ECG correct on LinkedIn, you are striking gold. I'm sure you have attended many webinars where people say you have to pay attention to what I'm saying. Here's a twist. Pick up your phone. I'm telling you to pick up your phone, open your phone, and once you have your smartphone with you, go on the LinkedIn app. Once you are on the LinkedIn app, you will see these four dots. Click on those four dots, and that will bring you to this. You will see two options, scan and my code. Once you click on scan, it will ask you, if you're using it for the first time, to allow your cameras to scan. My code will be your QR code, which will look something like this. This is the first tip, the secret, your digital visiting card, which means in COVID or after COVID, you don't need to actually give visiting cards and sanitize your hands. You can actually use this digital card. Interested to know how it works? All you have to do is scan this QR code right here, right now, using your smartphone, using the LinkedIn app. Check. It lands you directly on my profile. I give you 30 seconds to try this, and we will take things forward. So let's see if you can take your mobile phone, open the LinkedIn app, and if you can scan this QR code and see where it lands you. So you have to scan the QR code like this. Whoa, I've already received four people connecting with me right now, which means people have actually been able to scan this QR code and press the connect button. Congratulations. This is your digital world. This is your digital card, and your life is available on LinkedIn digitally to connect with anyone. So, next time when you meet someone, shake hands, no problem. Don't share visiting cards. Just share the QR code with the phone, and you're connected. Brilliant. Now comes the secret number two, which we talk about engagement, consistency, and groups. Now, we all know that to create engagement, you need to have the right profile, isn't it? But most of the people don't understand what it means by right profile. And let me tell you a secret, only 51% of people on LinkedIn have a complete profile. Imagine 770 million active users, and only 51% have a complete profile. One more tip, out of those 51%, only 12% are regular users and create content on regular basis, which means it's still your opportunity to create the content, create the right profile, and engage. But let's learn what makes a profile more engaging. The first thing is, I see most of the people will either put their company's photo, or they will put some other random picture, or they will not put their profile photo. They will work at confidential company, their photograph is confidential, their experience is confidential. Why are you on LinkedIn? If everything is so confidential, you might as well don't use LinkedIn. So second user is a salesman. I'm sure you would have connected to various people. As soon as they accept your connection request, the first message that comes is very simple, a sales pitch. Immediately, as soon as you connect, there's a sales pitch. How many times have you experienced it? If you have experienced it, just either raise your hand, which I can see in the chat, or in the chat, just say, yes, I've experienced it, or just why. So for me to understand that, yes, you have experienced that kind of a salesman. And how many of you like those people or like those salesmen? None of us. Because selling is about solving. Selling is about building the trust. Selling is not about just pitching. So if you are into sales, learn selling is equal to solving. The minute you solve the problem of your customer, sorry, the minute you solve the problem of your customer, tada, you will be able to sell regularly and consistently. So don't be a salesman on LinkedIn, build connections, build network. Then comes a rainbow. You will find this individual everywhere. Every webinar you go, you will find every connection that you try, you will find him in mutual connections. Every second post that you see, either it be a dog jumping or a cat running or someone cycling, you will find it, which means the person on that profile is doing everything apart from his niche. Setting up your niche, setting up your brand is very, very important. People should remember you for what you are. So now that you know that you've scanned my QR code, the name that you have received would be Sagar Amlani, the Productivity Explorer. Yes, my friends, I have trademarked the Productivity Explorer, and right now in India, I'm the only Productivity Explorer that not only talks about how to be productive, but I love exploring different areas where people have improved their productivity, be it individual, be it organizations, be it LinkedIn. And the last profile is the professionals. So the professional is one like me. You will find a banner, you will find the photograph, you will find a headline, everything right there on LinkedIn. What's missing? The missing is the stars around you. And those stars basically attract more business. Those stars basically attract more money. And those are the stars that we want around our profile, isn't that? So let's dwell into the depth of what is required. So if you see any profile, you will have a photograph. Remember, photographs attract 60,000 more at times attention. Visual is 60,000 times more professional than vocal. The tagline or the headline is basically your sales pitch or your elevator pitch. LinkedIn gives all of us a banner completely free of cost. We would waste so much money in advertising. LinkedIn gives us this advertising banner completely free of cost. No money at all. But most of us don't know how to create a banner. And then we think, what do I do? Take your pen and paper and write this down. It's a free tip again. www.canva.com. Canva.com. That is a link which will help you to create your banner professionally, completely free. I'm sure we all love free things, right? But it only gives you ideas for the free things. You will have to create your banner, and that is the investment that you have to make on yourself. The banner should contain who you are, what are your skills, what are your passions, and why should somebody connect with you? So, friends, if you don't have a banner right now, use it very, very wisely and ensure that you use canva.com. It's completely free and it gives you amazing ideas to create your banner. Apart from that, it's very important to add your contact details on your profile. Because if you want to do business, you share your visiting card, which has your email address and phone number. Why hide it on LinkedIn? Share it right up and let people connect with you. So I hope you've taken this screenshot. If you're not, I'll wait for a 5 second. Take a screenshot. Remember 1, 2, 3, 4 things that LinkedIn gives you. And this is the most important thing as your visiting card. Take a click and I'll wait for a second. Brilliant. So let's move on to the next topic, which is about the summary. We all have something about ourselves. LinkedIn also gives you a space to write about you. Many people write it in third person. For example, they will write, Sagar Amlani is a productivity explorer. Sagar Amlani is a author of da 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 da. Sagar Amlani is this. I'm not interested. I would love to know as a first person, like I'm meeting you or you are meeting me. We would introduce each other as, Hi, I am Sagar Amlani, or Hi, I am Chirag Suthar. I'm the president of so and so. I'm Mr. Bakshi. I'm so and so. That is how we connect with people, isn't it? That's exactly what you need to do on LinkedIn. Take some time off, prepare a Word file, start with who you are as a person, as a professional, as an individual, maybe a line or two. Then write, what do you do in terms of your personal life, in your professional life, or in your passion? And then answer the why. Why are you doing what you are actually doing? Then comes the question, how are you different? Because there could be 100 professional speakers. There could be 100 LinkedIn trainers. There are people who are training LinkedIn for five days. So what's so unique about Sagar? So all I write is, I teach you everything in just 1 hour, which others take 5 days to teach you. That's exactly the difference between me and others. Because as a productivity explorer, I only spend time on what is required and not what is not required. So when I write that how, people connect with me. The same way, I'm sure you have your how, you have your uniqueness. Share that with the world. Last but not the least, share a good call to action or a conclusion where people can connect with you, where people can know more about you, where people can think, oh, that's a brilliant thought. Why didn't I think about it? And that, my friend, will give you an edge over other people. So if you're doing business, if you're trying to set up your own business, set up your company page, write a summary about what products you offer, why do you offer, what is the solution that you offer, and last, you ask them a question like, if someone is into solar business, the last question I would love to do is, would you like to save money on your daily bills to the tune of 40%? If your answer is yes, connect with me. Now, those kind of questions will allow people to connect with you again and again. And that, my friend, is the most important tip on writing the summary in LinkedIn. You can share your questions in the chat and I'll be happy to answer them. Now comes the smart work. We need to connect our LinkedIn with Twitter. Let me share a surprise with you. I have never opened my LinkedIn account, my Twitter account. Sorry for the slip of tongue. I've never opened my Twitter account separately. Everything that I post on LinkedIn is posted on Twitter. How do I do that? Very simple. You have your LinkedIn profile, connect on the me icon, view profile, then go down into settings. Once you go down into settings, reach into partners and services as shown in the screen right there. Once you reach down there, you will click on Twitter and change. Change and then connect your Twitter account. All you need is your Twitter login and ID. Isn't that simple? Which means one post, two social media handles. That's amazing. So I'm sure you will all connect your Twitter handles and start using LinkedIn to use on Twitter. Can you please explain call to action once again? Absolutely, I will do that and I will have it in the Q&A session. Absolutely, I'll remember this question. Thank you. Now coming to URL. Remember, I asked you when we joined that share your URL. You'll be surprised to know that I'll just take a random name. Please don't feel offended. I'm just taking it as a random name. The latest profile that was shared was of Mr. Hemant. Now, Mr. Hemant's profile is amazing, but the URL is a little tricky. Why? Because it has a number 55B9A629. Now, that comes randomly from LinkedIn. All you need to do is change that to your business. Let's say I'll use the same example that let's say you are in solar business. Then I would put my name as www.linkedin blah 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 slash Hemant dash solar expert. So next time when you give your URL to someone, even without opening your LinkedIn account, reading the URL itself, they'll see, oh wow, he's a solar expert. Or we have one more, Naresh Jain, again, numbers. But here we have Harsh, who has definitely edited his LinkedIn, and it's only his name, like me. Yes, we also have Vinod, who has done it. Jaideep has a number, but can be done. So this is where you can create, and you can do that. How to use effective stories? I'll come to that, absolutely. So now coming on to the third piece in engagement. What is missing on this slide? Can you think a little bit and share it in the content chat box? What is missing on this? Of course, support is missing. That's a new feature. Apart from that, what is missing? Quick, 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 fastest finger first. What is missing? Share is missing. Dislike is missing. I like it. Okay, what else? That was a very witty answer, Vinod. Thank you. Okay, so while others type their answers in the chat, communication, conversation, comment is missing. Absolutely right, Bhavi. Comments is missing. Most of the time when we are on LinkedIn, we see a post, shortcut, we just click on the emoji. 98% of the people on LinkedIn just press like. They don't even wait or spend their time to use other emojis. That's how lazy we are. But when we post, we want the post to be viral, we want 100 comments, and we want 1,000 engagement. It's a world of give and take. So start commenting on at least 10 posts every single day. Remember, if you're trying to make someone your customer, or if you're trying to pitch someone, if you're trying to connect with someone, start engaging on their posts, start writing comments on their posts, start having a conversation. Because when you have conversation, remember, the SSI goes up. And when you are having conversations, people will remember you that yes, someone commented. And when you write 2 3 lines, when you start an engagement, when you start commenting, people realize that there is someone on LinkedIn who is smart. So it's not only creating posts, but the work can be done only by commenting. And let me tell you, there is a banker, an ex-banker, who was connected with me. For 1 year, he did not post a single thing on LinkedIn, but he was still a LinkedIn influencer. You know the secret? Only by commenting on other people's posts, only by conversation on other people's posts, he reached the higher limit of 30,000 followers just by commenting, engaging, and conversation on LinkedIn. So if you really want to grow your business, take a note of this secret tip. Now comes consistency. Consistency comes through content creation. Most of the people, when we talk about content, they get afraid. Oh, I'm not a content writer. I don't have so much of content. I'm not a creative person. I cannot create anything. Remember, I told you about Canva? Canva can help you to create various posts for all the content that you have. Now, let's again take an example of a businessman who is into online coaching, or a businessman who is selling clothes, or a businessman who is doing consultancy. All you have to do is create a poll. Ask 4 questions that you normally ask to your clients. Leave that poll for a week. That's one piece of content. Once you finish your poll, 10 people, 20 people, 30 people, whatever people will answer that poll, which means you've got a data. Use that data and create a 1 minute video. talk about the data, talk about the analysis, and then in the last 30 seconds, talk about your offering, your service based on the data. Once you have done that video, you will get more engagement, more people, more comments. Use that, create a post about yourself. How did you start the business? What is your story? Why are you so important? And what that data means to you and how you've connected that. And after you've done that, you can put it as a document where you can make a PPT and you ask the same question, but this time don't create it as a poll, but you offer solutions. Solution number one, solution number two, solution number three, solution number four. So, guys, if you've noticed, in just 2 minutes, I've given you content for 4 weeks. If I can give you ideas of content for 4 weeks in just 2 minutes, if you think for yourself, you will have so much content that you can post on every alternate day. And for more content ideas, please feel free to connect with me. I have so much content ideas that I can talk for at least 3 hours only on creating different types of content. But just as a short, I gave you that you can start from a poll to a video to a post to a document, and you can go reverse. Start with a document, write something about your company, write something about your product, write something about yourself. Then from there, you start about your offerings, then go to a video, and then create a comment. So that way you can create one content, can give you multiple pieces of post or multiple pieces of content that I call as repurposing the content that you already have. Isn't that amazing? It's only 3 minutes and you have so many content ideas. Right. The third and the most important part comes groups. So when we talk about groups, remember, LinkedIn can only give you 100 connections to be sent per day. LinkedIn also has a limit that you cannot have more than 30,000 connections. But the gold mine is groups. There are different groups and there are different people available on different groups can be your customer. For example, there is a group of HR leaders, there's a group of strategic marketeers, there's a group of growth marketeers. Just try and find one such group which is related to your business and connect with people. One group has minimum of 4 lakhs, 5 lakhs. Some groups are even in lakhs, and some groups are in thousand. So the trick here is, if you're in a business of marketing, let's say you're in a business of digital marketing, join a group of digital marketeers on LinkedIn, see what they are posting, learn from them. You also connect to a group of students, to a group of businessmen, to a group of HR leaders, to a group of CEOs and entrepreneurs. Share your ideas on that group. So you learn from your peers or your competitors, bring that idea, convert it into your own, use your offerings, and post it in the client group. Isn't that fun and easy to do and learning on the platform itself? One more tip for content before we jump on to the next slide. Open your LinkedIn app and check the hashtag India, and tell me how many followers do you see in that hashtag, which is hashtag India. Let's see who is fastest to answer that. All you have to do is go into LinkedIn. On the top left, there's a search bar. Just press hashtag India. Tell me how many followers do you see there? So we have 31 people right now on Zoom. Oh, lovely, Naresh. 67 lakhs. Brilliant. Naresh, can you do me one more favor, or for all of them? Try hashtag career. CAREER. Hashtag CAREER. Come on, come on, come on. Fastest finger. 63 lakhs. Brilliant. Now, the magic word. Just add one S to the word, which means it becomes hashtag CAREERS. You will see 6 lakh is converted into 22 lakh followers. So why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because whenever you are trying to create a content, ensure that you use right hashtags. Ensure that you use relevant hashtags. Plus, don't use more than 3 hashtags, which means if you want to have more followers, you need to understand the right hashtag that you want. For example, career, which only has 6 lakh 30,000. The same way, careers, just by adding one letter extra, it goes to whooping 22 lakh followers. Isn't that amazing? Simple hashtag India has got 67 lakh hashtag 67 lakh followers. Now I have a repository of 100 hashtag that keep tracking them. Reason? Those are the top 100 trending hashtags. And I keep a tab of how many followers are increasing, which hashtag is going up and down. I'll give you a few, you can check them later at your own free will. Hashtag networking, hashtag social networking, hashtag productivity, hashtag marketing, hashtag branding. Now, all these have got lakhs of followers. And most important, hashtag entrepreneurship, 23 lakh, 22 lakh followers. Imagine you using the right hashtags, you can reach to so many relevant people who are following those hashtags. Now, coming back to groups. Now, as I Hemant, I will share the screen with you. Don't worry. After this, I will share it in the Q&A round. Absolutely. Don't worry. So when we talk about the groups, remember, you can take content from one area and use it to your clients. But when you are in a group, respect other people. 80% of the time, engage on the post done in the group. Only 20% of the time, boast about yourself. Because if you boast too much in the group, people will not like it and people will not follow what you're sharing. So 80-20 rule is 80% of the time, engage with other people on the group. 20% of the time, share your post, which means you can review and engage with all the posts during 1 week, and only once in a week, share something that you want to share absolutely relevant in the group, and imagine and experience how your business grows and how your network grows. Always have discussions, positive feedback, conversation, but don't be afraid to share your point and oppose someone, but ensure to be professional and polite. That will help you to establish your thought leadership. That will help you to establish right connections and followers. Now tell me, if you can do all this, this is what it will become in the 4 quadrant. So when you talk about striking gold, of course you will have all-star profile. You will start conversation, you will have comments, you will have engaging content, you will start adding value to other people's content. Result, you will generate leads. Now, most of the people said that they were in portion 2, which means some of them had complete profile but incomplete Twitter or URL or LinkedIn. They do engagement, which is on random basis. They post content, but it's random. It's not to their niche. And some of the time they get lead. Number 3 and number 4, you can read as it's below. Now, this is what you need to complete to strike gold on LinkedIn. And you can take a picture if you want and use it for your advantage next time when you want. You can take a screenshot, take a picture, anything that you like. Brilliant. Now, before we move on to the next slide, which is the most important slide in your LinkedIn profile, I would love to know, what was one aha moment for you? What was one takeaway that you really connected with me on this session today? Share one aha moment that you understood or that you felt that this was something new for you. You can have more, but I would be happy to know one, as that will be my feedback on it. Vinod says, SSI, thank you, Vinod. Hey, I missed out on adding a comment which I answered previously. Can you please repeat? I am not able to understand that. QR code. Bhavi, if you can put your question, it'll be nice. I'm not able to understand. Harsh shares QR code based visiting card. Yes, absolutely. It's the in thing right now. Heyman, great use of LinkedIn to connect people. Yes, commenting can be so powerful. Yes, it's very powerful. Twitter and LinkedIn, absolutely. Any day. Why should you waste time going on Twitter and LinkedIn at the same time when LinkedIn can do it for you free of cost? Brilliant. Thank you, everyone. And Bhavi, I'll be more than happy if you can put your question there and I'll be happy to answer. Leveraging hashtags. Absolutely. You mentioned about the image, why it was missing, among happy, etc. Yeah, that the content was missing, the comment was missing. So you need to comment more and more. And that is what I said was missing. I think you're talking about this slide. So in this slide, what I meant was the missing part is comment. If you keep commenting on different people's posts, if you keep engaging, you will definitely lead a very important role and you will be establishing your thought leadership. You will also connect with more and more people. So don't forget to comment and establish your stats. Brilliant. So now moving on to the last but not the least point, recommendations. Please, please, please remember, photograph, you have posted. Banner, you have created. Headline, yours. About summary, yours. Experience section, yours. Which means everything that you do on LinkedIn is boasting about yourself, isn't that? So what is more important? The important is recommendation. So every time when you do something for others, when you connect with others, when you've genuinely helped them, don't be afraid to ask them for recommendations because recommendations are testimonials of your service, of your work done to others. Like me today, I will have no shame in asking to all of you that if you have learned even one thing from me today, please go on LinkedIn, connect with me, and write me a recommendation. I will be more than happy to receive it. Why? Because your recommendation is my testimonial. Your recommendation is my identity. It's my certificate. It's an appreciation to me. And that is how you should ask people to recommend when you have actually given them genuine service. So we are entering the Q&A section now. But before we enter the Q&A session and I open the floor for Q&A, I would love to answer the questions that were asked to me earlier. And let's begin with that. So I'll stop my screen share and we can do that. So give me 1 second. So someone had asked me, how can I use stories? Remember, stories are just 10 to 15 seconds. And when you really want to, engage people on your stories, try to add question and answer or a conversation on stories. Don't overdo your stories. Even once in a day that you do a story about a product, about your service, about your book, about the new project that you're doing is more than enough. So LinkedIn stories are more of professionally connecting with people, answering people's question, answering people's doubts, or even promoting your product. So that's how you use stories on LinkedIn. That was one question that was asked to me. And there was one more question. I will scroll it and check it. 1 minute. So stories was one and call to action. So call to action basically was from TKM. See, call to action is because you have written so much on your profile. You've written everything. You need to ask people a question which will leave them with thoughts. For example, if you read my profile or if you do anything, I've asked people to connect with me on my website. Let's say I gave you an example that you're in a business of consulting or if you're in a business of anything related to solar panels. So what I asked was a question is very simple. Would you like to save XYZ amount or 70% of your daily electricity bill? It's very simple. Connect with me and I'll let you know. So like that, you will have questions. That will be an open-ended question that you can ask to your clients and that'll be really awesome. So, yep, I have opened the floor to everyone. And yes, I remember I have to share my screen to give you where can you find the hashtags. So there you go. All you have to do is hashtag India. So if you cannot find it here, all you have to do is you have to go into post or go into the post which is already published here, and then you will have to select the hashtag India because if it might directly not pop up. Okay, till it comes, we will search for hashtag careers. So we can save on our time. So here is hashtag India. If you click here, you have to do this research manually because it's not available on LinkedIn straightforward. And once you click here, this is where you can see 67 lakh followers. The same way, if you go on hashtag careers, you go on this post, and all you will have to do is click on hashtag careers, and you can end up finding how many followers are there. So I have created a list of 100 hashtags, which I keep updating myself for a regular thing. Now, you see, so many hashtags are not required because all you need is a single hashtag, which can definitely have more than any other followers. See, 22 lakh followers. So it's better, it's important that you use the right hashtag rather than using too many hashtags. So over to you, Bakshi sir or Chirag bhai, and I'm open for Q&A. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sagar sir, for this wonderful session. And let me tell you one secret. Today, while introducing, I introduce you only part of it. Because in Gujarati there is a saying, सूरजने प्रकाशना प्रमाणपत्रोની જરૂર હોતી નથી. Your profile is so much like very strong, and you have worked with so many international companies and more than 5,400 professionals you have trained. It's amazing, and we can say we are lucky to have you here. So thank you very much from BMA side, and special thanks for showing so many key points, which is very much useful for everybody in day-to-day life while upgrading their profile. In the current era, we can say that majority of business require digital marketing. People are
Yeah.
attending paid programs. Like there are motivational speakers, and of course, you are also one of them who is kind of consultant who takes charges, and people are getting a lot of values. And from BMA front side, these attendees got so many things free of charge, and we we may have to thanks BMA team, and especially Nimil Bakshi sir and Deepak sir for arranging this kind of valuable program.
Chirag,
Yes.
frankly speaking, this is not the free program. It's a complimentary service by Baroda Management Association to the great Sanskari Jan. Because you can see in the participant side, the people and the typhoon from the Baroda are joined. Like one is the youngest person, Harsh Mankodi from Bombay. He's from L&T Defense. At the same time, Mr. Samir Pandya, who is the whole owner of the KJIT Institute. At the same time, Mr. Jagdish Shukla is known for the process automation in India because of instrumentation people are attending Friday evening talk regularly, and that's the reason. Otherwise, during the slideshow only, Sagar bhai, you are maybe confused कि अरे होता क्या है यहाँ पे. कभी पेरेंटिंग के बारे में बात करते हैं, कभी कबीर जी के बारे में बात करते हैं, कभी डायबिटीज के बारे में, कभी किडनी के बारे में, कभी क्लाउड के बारे में, कभी डिफेंस के बारे में. कभी राम कथा के बारे में, कैन यू बिलीव राम कथा यहाँ पे होती है? और एंड यू नो राम कथा बाय हु? IIM professor from USA, ex IIM
Oh,
Ahmedabad
lovely.
professor from USA. तो many people are
Lovely.
says not only that, यहाँ पे नवरात्रि में ढोल भी बजता है, और पैरेलल नवरात्रि की what are the management perceptions? बड़ौदा में आप यूनाइटेड वे ऑफ बड़ौदा का तो गरबा का काफी सुना है.
It's famous.
हाउ यार, once upon a time Miss Simon Dolce has organized conducted one session for how this United Way program organized. So that's the fantasy land. So Chirag bhai,
So, sir, I just have to say one thing. I saw people were asking me about the
and
presentation,
whenever
or
we,
if
yeah, presentation, yeah.
no, I'm saying they were asking me about the present the slides. So I've given a link. So everything that I said is available on that link for
अरे
everyone to refer.
प्रेजेंटेशन क्या, हम तो पूरा आपका ऑडियो वीडियो सब कुछ दे रहे हैं. ये मैंने ऑलरेडी लिंक दे दिया. हम लोगों को रिक्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं कि प्लीज सब्सक्राइब BMA स्टूडियो वडोदरा चैनल. यू विल गेट नोटिफिकेशन मैसेज ऑन योर मोबाइल every Friday at 6:30. So just like Mr. Sagar Amlani, there are other 33 videos are available. Another 87 videos in next 3 months we are uploading. So all the video recording links are available. Yeah, Chirabhai, can we cover some of the very good question? I think without question, this we cannot close the session. Open secret ऐसा है कि generally we take 2 or 3 questions, but today my humble request to Chirabhai, please cover all the question from chat box step by step.
All right. Fortunately, majority of question Sagar sir has covered one
Yeah,
by
Chirabhai,
one.
please.
But we'll take some of the questions which is pending. Let me scroll down.
Meanwhile, I just asked the one question regarding the connectivity of LinkedIn with the Twitter. Sagar bhai, see, there are limitation in Twitter messages about in some words, like I think if I'm not wrong, 260 word maximum we can post. So LinkedIn में तो कविता बे लिखने बैठते अपने बारे में, तो how we will post it? So they, if LinkedIn, the post will cover first 260 word, or we have to compress?
No, 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 no. The secret here is on any storytelling or any post, any writer or anybody, they have a hook. हम कोई भी कविता पढ़ते हैं, हम कोई भी बुक पढ़ते हैं, हम कोई भी स्टोरी पढ़ते हैं, तो पहले 4 लाइन, पहले 2 लाइन पढ़ के उस पर हुक हो जाते हैं. And that is a secret. So you line 4 lines or 2 lines in such amazing thing that बाद में ट्विटर पे किसी को भी करना है कि see more, जैसे ही करेंगे it will take them to their LinkedIn profile और आपकी सारी content they can read it. So ensure that you be very very smart in creating a content कि आपकी पहली 220 वर्ड 225 वर्ड to be specific are a hook for people to know more, for the people to see more. So that's the smart way of doing it. And thank you for asking me that question.
Thank you. And what do you think about the limitation of connection part? Generally, we proudly say, "Oh, I have connection of 5,000 people, 7,000 followers." So, what do you say about it? Many times I have opened some of the, actually, frankly speaking, I received one link from one of the friend. He told me that, Bakshi, please help me to marketing all this link of Facebook and this. When I open his LinkedIn profile, first note I have seen from one of the locals vendor, रिलायंस जियो का 200 रुपये में हाजिर है आपके लिए कनेक्शन. आई से कि ये कहाँ से फॉलो ढूंढा भाई साहब आपने इसमें?
No, so to answer that question, Chirag bhai,
about the more connection, more follower. So what you say about it?
so if you recall, I started saying that it's not about what you know, it's not about who you know. The generation is now who knows you. तो चाहे आपके पास 30,000 कनेक्शन हो या 5,000 हो या 10 हो, अगर वो 10 आपके काम के हैं, that's what you need. So don't go behind quantity, go behind quality. Because अगर पूरी जिंदगी में, अगर सिंपल एग्जांपल दे दूं, यहाँ पे 25 लोग हैं अभी प्रेजेंट. Let's say if this 25 people are, doing my word of mouth, example, plain example दे रहा हूं, which means I've got 25 different posts happening on LinkedIn. If they have 5,000 connection each, multiplied by 5,000, which means I only need 20 good people, 20 connections that trust me, that believe in me.
Right.
I don't need 1 lakh, because if 20 people post into 5,000 into 15,000 and it just goes multiplying. So I'll tell you one funny thing that happened. I had only 3,000 connections when I posted a post when I was walking in the streets of Mathura, just wearing a dhoti, and I said, "This is what I'm doing right now." And this photo was taken 2 days ago, and I'm on a social media break. And that I posted after 2 days. 24 hours, and I started getting congratulatory message and how did you do it and the strategy, and also an opportunity to speak at some place to make people do that. And the post reached to 85,000 people in just 2 days.
Wow.
Now I never thought that that will happen. उसके ऊपर से मुझे स्पीकिंग अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलने लगी कि कैसे सोशल मीडिया से डिस्कनेक्ट हो जाए, which brings me to Harsh's question that how do we ensure that we don't get consumed in the platform and how we consume the content. And Harsh, that is exactly the discipline that I want people to understand. And that is where I said that need to be productive, efficient, effective on LinkedIn. 15 minute din ke do, it's more than enough. Don't get consumed by too much of content. Watch and consume only that you need. And the same applies for your question, Bakshi Saab. Connect with people that you need. There is no point in random connecting with people, because आप 30,000 लोगों से कनेक्शन हो जाओ, लेकिन अगर आपके पोस्ट पे अगर एक कमेंट भी नहीं आ रहा है, that means you're not connected with the right people.
Last question from my side before Chirag start the marathon link. Uh, you said it's a 1 hour program. That's a limitation of FET. That's a 45-minute program, 15 minutes or sometimes 1 hour. But Chirag also agree with me. What do you think about? Is it possible for 1 day, 2 day program? That because आपने तो बहुत सारी ऊपर से बता दिया. Many people say I am new to the LinkedIn by Mr. DKM.
We can, yeah.
Same thing is for many people. What you will say? I think it's a highlight of the LinkedIn. If we go into the depth, specifically what you same time, very important factor is to understand the analytics part, because LinkedIn has a live analytics, wonderful product. So, is it possible to conduct 1 day session at BMA, full day session? See, there are series of program organized at BMA. One is like Friday evening talk. It's open for all. One is an indoor session or live training program for 1 day's program for the corporate or youngster people. Whatever. Is it possible for you to conduct this kind of program? Because 1 घंटे से तो लिंक्डइन में नहीं होगा सर. मान गया मैं. पहले तो 2 रात मेरी जाने वाली है मेरी खुद की लिंक्डइन प्रोफाइल में. एक 5-5 मिनट का वीडियो सुनता जाऊंगा, अपनी प्रोफाइल को चेंज करता जाऊंगा. अदरवाइज अभी डर इस बात का लग रहा है कि जो लोग मेरे से कनेक्टेड है वो मेरी ही पहले तो लिंक्डइन प्रोफाइल ओपन करेंगे. तो चिराग भाई, यू एग्री विद मी ना?
Yeah, definitely.
तो सागर भाई, इज इट पॉसिबल टू कंडक्ट वन फुल डे प्रोग्राम?
It's very well possible, but छोटा सा ट्विस्ट यहाँ पे ये दूंगा that मैंने एक जो लिंक डाली है, which is www.sagarmani.com/linked-in. Whatever I have said today is written step by step वहां पे. तो अगर हम सब वो complete कर लेते हैं, then what I can do is maybe after a few days is then when we can try and connect and explore that. So if that is possible, I'll be more than happy. तो क्या हो जाएगा ना कि बेसिक सबका रेडी हो जाएगा, and then we can advance to stage 2 rather than going for the basics right now.
क्या बात है. Mr. Sagar Amlan is not interested to only market his product, but he is first of all he needs the satisfaction from the people for 1 hour. Then and only he will move for the full day. Excellent. Thanks a lot. Congratulations. Chirag bhai, now over to you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Sagar bhai. And I will remember all the steps and some of the key points. First, after this session only, I will immediately go to my LinkedIn profile and start updating. Because you say it's gold mine and you proved it with some of the steps. So definitely, thank you very much. And we can go ahead for concluding this session. But with your good commitment of arranging a program, and we request again you to spare some more time with us in BMA.
More than happy to do that, sir, because for me, I'm new to Vadodara. And we've just moved in the month of March, and I would love to connect with professionals because I believe in creating productivity mindset for organizations. I do consulting with people, and I've got 16 years of work experience where I've worked with companies as low as 40 lakhs and as big as 500 crores. So anything, if anybody wants in terms of management, in terms of productivity, in terms of even building autonomous work culture, I'm available at your service.
Thank you very much, sir. So we got a good commitment. So then only we are going ahead for concluding this section.
Absolutely no problem. Any time for BMA and build the network because that's what I want to do in Vadodara for next few years that I'm here.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Uh,
Chirag
I
bhai,
think
Chirag bhai, when you are new for the one of the city, and all of a sudden you get the contact of 63 years old person that since last 63 years I am here. So how you will feel? And they say yeah I know you. How you will feel that, right? Any new in any city. So for something like this, Sagar bhai, 63 years all organization welcome to you. Join BMA, enjoy the best of the moment, and believe me, Baroda is a Gujarat, Baroda is a India. So these are the पक्का गुजराती भी है और पक्का इंडियन भी है, कॉस्मो कल्चर भी है. You know anything, everything about Baroda.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
the great moment in life. What do you say, Chirag
No,
bhai?
no.
Deepak bhai, Jo. Deepak bhai, president is immediately started his video, and that's so. Deepak bhai, what do you say about Mr. Sagar Amlan? It's a surprise.
Yes, Sagar bhai, welcome to Baroda Management Association. And you are not meant for only a one Friday evening talk. You have to play a very longer inning. And Baroda Management Association basically send you an invitation to join us in a big way. And we want you to get involved in number of programs that we do throughout the year. So BMA has got excellent programs for the entire year, and we are looking for young people like you. Baroda Management Association give a platform to a people like you to grow and prosper. So I think that FET is a very small platform for you. Please join BMA, whatever way you can do it, and we invite you to be a part of our main team, mainstream. And I think we will discuss once this program get over. We will discuss it out that how best we can make use of your expertise at BMA. So
Sir,
thank you for
accepted with
accepting the
open
invitation.
heart.
Yes, so thank you for accepting the invitation of BMA for delivering an excellent talk. And I think that you should continue your journey with BMA and get involved more with the system.
Thank you, Deepak bhai, and definitely I'll be in BMA very, very soon, and I'll connect ASAP. Don't worry. It's my pleasure to connect with such a great association.
Fine. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah,
thank
Chirag
you.
bhai.
Thank you, sir, once again, and thank you, Deepak sir, for your kind words and your guidance. Uh, Thank you, Nimit sir. Let's conclude this session, and thank you all participants for joining and listening to us. Please subscribe our YouTube channel of BMA. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry, I think as Chirag was disconnected. Thank you, Sagar
Yeah.
bhai. Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you.
So, thanks a lot once again. Let us hope for
My
the best
pleasure.
for the longer journey at BMA. At the same time, your journey in the Baroda more successful to Hyderabad that we will promise to you. Up
ના ના એ તો
jung,
આપણું
up
ગામ છે એટલે વાંધો જ નથી.
अब जंग छेड़िए हैदराबाद और बड़ौदा के बीच में तो हम जीत के रहेंगे. Thanks a
नहीं
lot.
नहीं तो thank you sir, thank you, pleasure. Bye
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you. And for
આપણે
all
કનેક્ટ
of us,
કરીએ પછી WhatsApp પર.
Paka. Okay, sir. Thank you. So thank you all participants and on audience part. You can subscribe our YouTube channel, BMS Studio at Baroda. And these are our BMA helpline number. You can connect via email, WhatsApp, phone, or video call. And we will be happy to help you in your journey. Thank you. have a series of activities organized at the BMA. More than 70 days program in pandemic. In general, we organize 125 days program every year. So we have wonderful banquet hall plus meeting room for conferences. So you can hire the program for your personal program or any kind of meeting application. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you, everybody. Good night. See you next time, next Friday at the 6:30. Thank you.